So as you can tell by my voice, I'm fucking mad. I just got done watching the event for Josh Emmett versus Lerone Murphy. I'm not even making a reaction video for that whole fight. I just that fight was just very frustrating to me. And I thought that whole entire event was kind of like there were some good fights, but I don't know, it just wasn't a good event. And I don't want to make a reaction video to that. But I do want to talk about one thing, and this has been a bubbling topic for a couple days. But this is about Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria. This is a fight that's been teased, honestly, ever since he's won that belt from Volkanovski. And it's a fight that, everyone wants. Everyone wants this fight. Apparently, not everyone does. For some reason, a lot of Islam fans don't want this fight to happen. But we know why they don't. Because we don't want to see Islam fight a real contender. We want to see him fight favorable matchups and get easy finishes against people who aren't as good as grappling. And that's the fucking truth. Now, it seems that Islam not only is just going to wait for the decision between Bilal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena and see if he wants to move up, he's also not even trying to fight Ilia Topuria. He's asking him to go fight a contender. But where is the same privilege? You want to go move up and fight a division. You didn't even clear your fucking division. You didn't clear shit. Yes, you fought Oliveira. That's a good, impressive win. You fought Volk. You fought and beat Volk, which is also a very impressive win. We don't count that second Volk match because he was on short notice. Then you fought Dustin Poirier, who honestly didn't even deserve the title shot. And then you were supposed to fight Arman. Arman pulled out. You fought Moicano. Okay, that makes sense. And with this fight between Bilal and JDM happening, it's just a wonder. It's like he's waiting for this fight. If Bilal Muhammad wins, who is he gonna fight? And in my opinion, I'm just mad because you're like you. And let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing about Islam. I am not hating on Islam. I'm really not. I like Islam Makhachev. He's a good fighter. He's super talented. He deserves all the accreditations he's getting. He deserves all the praise. I mean, he's probably one, if not the best lightweight to ever been in the division. And that's a fact. I mean, there's so much competition for that, but he surpassed Khabib in terms of legacy, in terms of skill, in terms of resume. He's fought so many good names. And defending the belt 4 times in the lightweight division not only hasn't ever been achieved until now. Nobody. It looks like Islam's just not going to stop anytime soon. He's still in his prime, and that's why I have to make this video. Because as much as I like Islam, I have to call out on the bullshit. I have to, because Islam is rejecting a fight with Ilia Topuria. He's waiting for a chance to move up to welterweight. But let's be for real. If JDM wins this fight and Islam moves up, is he going to vacate that belt like Ilia did? Is he? I doubt it. He wants to be double champ, so I don't think he's going to vacate the belt. If he does, that's great. But if he doesn't, he's stalling the division even more. Islam doesn't fight that often. His last fight was in June last year. By the time he fights, it will already been more than a year. Oh, no, I'm fucking dumb. I'm in January. Fuck, I'm so dumb. No. Don't call me a casual. I'm just actually retarded. But, yeah, last time he fought was January. He fights maybe once or twice. Probably once per year. And it just leaves a question of, he's not even active enough to where he could clear a division. It would take him years to do it because there's so many good and exciting contenders in lightweight, and lightweight's changing all the time. And face it, he has Ilia, who is a legitimate option for a title shot. And after what he's had in 2024, the wins he's had, I don't see why he doesn't deserve a title shot. And people saying, oh, he hasn't fought a lightweight. He has fought a lightweight. and he knocked him out in the second round. He was able to literally got chinned, and then he came back and knocked him out. And let me just show you the video. Let me show you this video. I just want to show you because it's a funny video, but I just need to show it. Who remembers that one time Islam subbed Moicano and was saying he'd beat anyone that made 155? He did say this in his interview. Yeah, what does the title represent? It means you are the best in the world. I know, okay, the whole quote was just saying that it means you're gonna fight whoever, wherever, to prove that you're the best. And he was talking about this, he made it his caption. Talking about this right after the Moicano win, which it was a dominant performance, but it was Moicano, which honestly isn't the type of opponent you would like to make a statement with, would you? And then a couple months after, he finds a guy who does want a title shot. I'm not going to give him a chance right away. He didn't do all the work he had to do in his weight class. There are contenders who he must defeat. Let him earn a chance and we will fight. Now, let me point out the fucking hypocrisy in that statement. There are contenders who he must defeat. Let him earn a chance and we will fight. Islam. There are contenders you still need to beat. You haven't even beat fucking Arman. You didn't even fucking fight him. And you want to move up to welterweight based on a defense of Moicano, which was short notice. Dustin Poirier, which was also short notice. And he was also aging, and he didn't fucking deserve the title shot off of one win against BSD. Short notice Volk. And then, there's Volk as well. But honestly, I think that was the only legitimate title defense, because that was the one where, Volk deserved it, and it was full camp, and it was a good showing from Islam that he was able to strike with him against, really skillful guy. It was one of the best fights I've seen. So I think that was a legitimate one, but you're talking about there's much more work to do. What else is there? For Ilia Topuria, okay, there's Diego Lopez and there's Movsar Evloev. Is there any chance at this point, the amount of popularity Ilia has amassed over the past year, do you think that him just fighting Diego Lopez and fighting Movsar is going to do him more? Is it? Because honestly, let me be real with you. He beats both those guys easily. He is practically not even in his prime. He's before his prime. I feel like he could still get better. Because he's so young. And he's so skillful. And he knocked out Volkanovski and Holloway in under a year. No champ has been able to do what he's been doing. Honestly, those two wins alone are better than, honestly, a lot of Islam's wins. Let's not forget. Islam got a title shot and home court advantage off of Bobby Green. And then before that was Dan Hooker. Granted, I know the circumstances for those fights were that he was supposed to fight, I think, RDA for Dan Hooker instead of Dan Hooker. And then he was supposed to fight Beneil Dariush, but he got Bobby Green. Both those guys pulled out. That's not his fault. But just because it's not his fault doesn't mean it's still not a valid argument, And I'm not saying Islam didn't deserve a title shot, I honestly thought he could have. If he had those wins, there was no other contender, he definitely deserved the title shot. But now, there's no other contender like Ilia. Okay, there's Charles Oliveira, but Islam doesn't want to fight him. There's Justin Gaethje, who Islam does actually want to fight, but Justin Gaethje got knocked out by Max Holloway 2 fights ago. And he went to war with honestly, was it 7 days? No, with a 7-day short notice Rafael Fiziev, who was coming off a knee injury. And then, who else? I mean, he's not going to fight Arman because Arman's not getting a title shot, according to Dana White. Arman, honestly, is the most deserving contender, if I'm going to say deserving lightweight contender, because he's actually pulled his weight in lightweight, unlike Ilia. He's the number one contender for a reason, and it is his fault that he pulled out of the fight, but it's the truth. He is still the most deserving contender. So at least if he should fight Arman. But now he's wanting to wait and waste more time instead of being the active champ who fights anyone and anywhere. He's robbing us of what could potentially be a huge fight. Imagine if Islam beat Ilia Topuria, stopped the tracks of one of the most dominant guys in featherweight. That would add his legacy so much. But he doesn't want to fight him, and I don't know why. Let's just finish the rest of the video. Yeah. What happened to anyone making it 155? Yeah. Technically, Ilia hasn't made 155 yet, but, I mean, he hasn't, but you know what I'm saying. Next, yeah, we got all this shit. And then, this is what set me off. I know this is a bit old, but with Daniel Cormier, I don't know if this is true. I think this is kind of a rumor, but it could be true. Because, Daniel Cormier probably would know about the fights happening because he does work with the UFC. So let's just watch the video.
I believe it's going to be Gaethje. Yeah.
Gaethje lost 2 fights ago, though.
Gaethje lost, yeah. I think it's going to be Gaethje. I think that's... If I'm Team Makhachev, I'm asking for Justin Gaethje because that's a big-name fight. It's the guy that carries a lot of name recognition. I think that's going to be the fight, if I'm being honest with you. I honestly believe that's who's going to fight for the... Well, I believe it's going to be Gaethje. Yeah.
Gaethje lost 2 fights.
Let's be fucking for real. Daniel Cormier is a Dagestani glazer. This guy is hands and knees for these guys. Let's just be for real. But they're friends, obviously. Of course they're going to support each other. They're friends. But when he says that Justin Gaethje is a big-name fight that will add to Islam's legacy, that is where I find bullshit. That's not the reason why they want to fight Justin Gaethje. The reason why they want to fight Justin Gaethje is because he does bring in a lot of pay-per-views. He's a striker with no grappling. And he's a lightweight contender that can add some legitimacy to Islam's reign. Because Justin Gaethje is a lightweight GOAT. I mean, not a lightweight GOAT, but he's a... How do I describe it? He's like a lightweight legend. Like, everyone knows Justin Gaethje. It's an easy matchup that can get Islam some money. That's really it. But then, you look at Ilia. Ilia can bring Islam money. Ilia is a big name, not only in the US, but in Europe and Asia. Ilia also has a ton of hype behind him. He's on a huge winning streak and he's undefeated. He's one of the most talented fighters we've seen in a long time. He's a featherweight champ. He is all these things, and he's a way better, honestly, a better outcome for Islam than Justin Gaethje. But you know why Islam doesn't want to fucking fight Ilia? I don't fucking know. I really don't fucking know. Look at the fucking rankings. You got Arman. Arman is the most deserving contender, in my opinion, in terms of lightweights. Like current lightweights who've had multiple fights. Arman is the most deserving. After, it should be Charles Oliveira. Then after, it should be the winner. It should be either Max Holloway or somebody else. I don't fucking know. And then it should be fucking Justin Gaethje. Yeah, that's how I would rank the title shot fucking list, If Islam were to make 4 more defenses that weren't Ilia Topuria, it would be Arman, and then maybe Charles, and then maybe Holloway if he does get a win against Poirier, if they do fight. And then Gaethje if he gets a couple wins. Or a couple good wins. Maybe against Dan Hooker. Or the winner of Chandler versus Pimblett. Those would be good. That would be a good list. That would be a good order of where I would get the title shot in terms of priority. But then they want him to fight him. They want him to fight Justin Gaethje. I mean, even other people are just calling bullshit up. Like, they just want to fight strikers. Yes, it's fucking true. They just do. I mean, Moicano's not a striker, but he does do a lot of striking, and he has not really good wrestling. Ilia, Arman, and Charles over him. What the fuck is this? That is completely true. None of those guys should be snubbed with the title shot while Justin Gaethje gets one. And it opens up a problem, because now you're having fucking John Jones. John Jones ducking the interim champion, who cleared the division while John Jones didn't do shit. His last good, legitimate win was Cyril Gane, who can't even fucking wrestle for his life. And then he fought a 43-year-old aging Stipe, who was the number 8 guy, who honestly was surprisingly still on the rankings. I'm like, what the fuck was he still there? And crazy enough, he was number 4 a while before that, which was even more fucking crazy. And then you got people like, who else? You got Bilal Muhammad, who pulled out of the fight against Shavkat, and now is making his first title defense almost 11 months, like literally almost 11 months later. 10 months later, he's making his first title defense. Everyone was shitting on Leon for being inactive, but Leon was more active than fucking Bilal. Even before the Bilal Muhammad title shot, he didn't even fight for a whole year. So, like, where are these champs doing, bro? And then we got Ankalaev, who barely fights, who fights only in Abu Dhabi, and now he's the champ. But I get why people are saying the UFC's falling off. These are our fucking champs. Picking fights, dodging real contenders, being inactive as fuck, and chasing money fights instead of actually fighting contenders. I thought this was UFC, not boxing. If I wanted to watch boxing, I would just go watch boxing. But I watch UFC because it's the best fight's the best. It's merit, not fucking money. But I don't know. Dana is way too fucking soft on these guys. And then, like, look at the fucking rankings. There are 2 people above Justin Gaethje who deserve a title shot over him. There's Ilia right now. I think Ilia's still champ, right? He didn't vacate his title yet? Yeah, but won't vacate it until later. I don't fucking know. And John Jones being number 2, what the fuck is this, bro? Like, and Tom Aspinall's number 10, which is, I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, but it's crazy because maybe I'm just tired, but I don't know. It's crazy because Ilia is Islam's kind of worst matchup. Let's be for real. Islam is not running through Ilia like he ran through Moicano or ran through Oliveira. Those guys don't have wrestling. And those guys aren't really big guys. Dustin Poirier gave Islam a harder fight than Volk. That's the truth. And Dustin was aging. Yes, people can say staff, but come on. He couldn't even take down Dustin. And Dustin was piecing him up in the later rounds. Honestly, I think if Dustin kept fighting in round 5 and did what he did before he got taken down, he probably would have won the fucking fight. It was 2-2 going into round 5. He could have legitimately won that. And then we got Max Holloway, which is a weird kind of it's a weird kind of thing because he beats Justin Gaethje, who was next in line for the title, but he gets put in the number 8 rank. I'm glad he's like number 4, but why the fuck is he still below Justin Gaethje? He knocked his ass out after freaking dominating him and making him look like, he was beating the shit out of Justin Gaethje for 5 rounds and then knocked him out cold. And he's below him in the rankings? It just makes no sense. And he's fighting Poirier, probably as his retirement fight for the BMF belt. I think Holloway wins that fight, especially the current version of the lightweight Holloway. Holloway still had a close fight with Poirier in the second fight, and that was on short notice with a bad weight cut. So I don't know, man. Islam said, I can fight anyone, anywhere. As long as you make 155, I will fight anyone. And then he doesn't fucking fight the one contender that actually kind of deserves a title shot. Like, come on. And, I don't know. I just want to point this out. Before the switch from Arman to Moicano, Islam kind of looked nervous. He looked a bit nervous. He looked calm. And then when Moicano was subbed in, now he started to look locked in and I'm going to finish this guy hard. But he didn't have that confidence against Arman. I'm just pointing that out. I'm pointing it out. I'm just saying. But overall, if I want to end this video, recap it, Dagestani guys, they know how to choose fights. They know how to have good legacies. They know how to create the best outcome for themselves. I mean, and there is some privilege. Maybe Islam and Khabib didn't get it, but you look at Umar. Umar definitely got it. I mean, he didn't deserve that title shot against Merab in the first place. I thought Jan did, especially after that win against Figueiredo. You would think that Jan would get the title shot, but no, Umar does. That based off one ranked win against a post-injury Corey Sandhagen, who honestly gave him a pretty good fight. It's like, come on. And he was supposed to fight Song Yadong, but he was injured. But then he just miraculously wasn't injured when the Merab title shot came. And then after the fucking fight, when he lost brutally, he starts talking about, oh, I had a hand injury. I broke my hand. I mean, I don't hate Dagestanis because they're Dagestani. I don't hate them because they're Muslim. I hate them because they're fucking horrible champs. Khabib fought once a year. He definitely missed weight in the Justin Gaethje fight. And then he retired when he realized, oh shit, I can't move up. And, oh, these next few contenders are actually kind of good. I mean, I honestly think that Charles Oliveira could have given him a hell of a fight. But, and then we got Islam. And he started off really good. Impressive win against Oliveira. Impressive win against Volkanovski. Yeah, his Volkanovski fight was pretty close. And honestly, I thought it should have gone to Volkanovski. But he still won against a full camp Volkanovski. It started to get worse when, okay, he takes short notice fight against Volkanovski because Charles Oliveira pulls out. I don't blame him for that. But then he fights with aging Dustin Poirier, who didn't deserve the title shot. And then he fights a Moicano, and then he's talking about, I want to move up. That Ilia didn't clear his division. Islam, you didn't fucking either. There are still 3 fucking contenders, 1, 2, and 4, that are deserving of a title shot. And you're not giving it to any of them. You're not giving it to Ilia, who wants to move up, and who actually did clear his fucking division. Look at this. Volkanovski, Holloway, all KO. He beat Josh Emmett, 50-42. He beat Bryce Mitchell. I mean, those names are enough to actually prove that you are the best of your division. And then you look at Islam. It's like, come on. You can't say you don't deserve it for not clearing your division, but you want a welterweight title shot when you didn't even fucking clear yours either. For 4 title defenses, you would expect him to clear the division, but you don't expect him, the title defense, to be against the Volkanovski, Dustin Poirier, and then Moicano. There are still these guys. Charles Oliveira should have got that rematch at 294, and it sucks that he had to pull out because of an injury. A lot of people blame him for ducking. I mean, if you got a cut like that, why the fuck would you fight Islam? That's why Volkanovski was a retard for even trying to fight with him on short notice. I don't know why the fuck he did that. It destroyed his career. But, yeah, I mean, I just think the hypocrisy needs to stop. I think this era of champs choosing and picking and only caring about legacy, it's like, that's not the UFC. The champs before, I mean, you look at Demetrius Johnson, 12 title defenses, didn't even think about moving up. You look at GSP, fought the best of the best, defended the title 9 times, avenged both of his losses, went up, and then he finally went up and became middleweight champ. And then when he knew he didn't want to fight Robert Whittaker, he vacated the belt. Like, do that. Vacate the belt if you don't want to fight the fucking number 1 contender. John Jones won't do that. Islam wants to keep waiting so that hopefully Bilal Muhammad, his best friend, loses for some reason, and then Jack Della becomes the champion. I mean, and then he wants to not fight Ilia and says Ilia needs to prove himself, but then he's also looking to move up when Ilia still needs to prove himself. It's like, come on. Like, I mean, there are some good champs. I mean, Dricus du Plessis is a good champ. He's calling out Chimaev. Chimaev is kind of quiet right now. Not really talking that much. I like du Plessis. Tom Aspinall is a good champ. And I think he's the real champ. He's the one who actually cleared the division, fought all the best contenders. John Jones is cherry-picking fights. He don't deserve to be fucking champ. Zhang Weili fighting the best contenders and destroying them. Shevchenko, miraculous comeback and still fighting the best contenders like Fioro. Juliana Pena taking a fight against Kayla Harrison. Pena's calling her out, calling Harrison out, trash talking her. Hey, people were saying Pena's gonna duck Harrison. She's the one calling him out. I don't see Harrison really talking much. And then you got Merab. Honestly, I like Merab now because, okay, yes, he's fighting Sean O'Malley. He didn't deserve the title shot, but that's not his fault. Merab is just fighting anyone. He's already beat these guys. He's already beat the top three. He's already beat Cejudo. He's already beat Aldo. You know? So, who else is there? I guess, after Sean O'Malley, maybe we can see Corey or Davison Figueiredo becoming a title contender. I think he might fight Jan after Sean O'Malley. And then maybe we'll see Umar maybe catch us a couple wins. Pantoja cleared his division multiple times. And then he's fighting anybody. Bro, they're giving him anybody. They gave him fucking Urseg. They gave him fucking Asakura, who literally came from a whole different division. They literally are running out of guys to make him fight. Because he's cleared the division that bad. And then you got people like Islam and John Jones ducking real contenders. Look how fucking cool this is. Ilia is number 3 pound for pound. And Islam is number 1 pound for pound. What is a better fight than that? I don't know why these Islam fans want these fights to not be made. Look how fucking sick that fight would be. Ilia is such a good striker. He's coming from featherweight. Islam is like the upgraded version of Khabib. Ilia is the upgraded version of Conor. They both are copying after their idols. That's such a fucking legendary fight. It would break the pay-per-view records easily. It would be one of the most legendary, most skillful fights. And it would be super competitive too. Ilia is a better striker, has more power than Islam. He's more threatening on the feet. Islam has that submission threat, and he's a good wrestler. It's Dagestani versus Georgia, and you saw how huge that Umar versus Merab fight was. Imagine how huge this fight's gonna be. And then I see Islam fans saying Ilia needs to prove himself. Fuck you if you think so. Give Ilia the title shot. Islam's not even fucking fighting real contenders. That's how pissed I am. Because he's saying anyone, anytime, if you can make 155, I want to fight you. And he's calling out Justin Gaethje instead of Ilia or Arman or anybody. Fuck that. And fuck Dana White for not making these champs accountable and actually fighting top contenders. If I was Dana White, John Jones would have been stripped a whole fucking year ago. He would have been vacated, and after he healed from the injury, he can fight for the title. Not have a gimmick fight with Stipe 1 year after the interim champ was crowned. Fuck, man. How the women's champs better than the male champs? Come on. How the fuck is Drickus one of the best champs right now? Pantoja and Barab are literally the goats of their division. Or arguable goats. And then we got Ilia, who deserves a title shot, but Islam thinks he needs to fight some contenders. Well, Islam wants to get a title shot, instant title shot in welterweight. I don't even know. I'm angry. The UFC event tonight sucked. I'm going to sleep. I think I'll feel a lot better.